What door is this, T-Rex? We've never been out this door. It's always fun finding a new door to go out. You're gonna run and bark and nope, he doesn't know where we are, so he's just gonna scope it out carefully. We got crows. You know how Rex likes to bark at crows. Tries to fly after them. So, you can't tell where I am, can you, at all? I'll tell you, the tallest mountain in Vermont, it's right up there. You can just barely make it out. And it was precipitating all night long. The temperature at the top of that mountain is 31 degrees. The temperature at the base of that mountain is 34 degrees. So it could be a little firm up top. Yeah, this is Stowe, Vermont. And it's pretty interesting. The front really never made it north last night. I thought we were gonna have a warm front in southern New England this morning. It's just as cold as northern New England. Worcester, Massachusetts, 37 degrees. Montpelier, Vermont, 37 degrees. So I think we might have to pay a little more attention to what's going on in the middle of the North Atlantic Ocean. Look at the size of that system out there. I was unaware. We've been watching weather come at us from the west and the southwest, but I didn't see what was going on to the east. So that's kind of helping to hold the cold in place. And there have been some rather dramatic changes to the forecast. Looks a little flaky, looks a little April Foolsy. And Mount Washington, we talked about that 24 hours ago, said it was 35 and it would cool with evaporational cooling, and sure enough, temperature when it started to precipitate cooled all the way down to 19. The temperature in dew point met at 19. Then last night the temperature went back up to 35. Then this morning it's falling back down into the 20s. So we're right on the boundary, and colder air advection is happening. Those red-winged blackbirds are everywhere. Yeah, I don't have my noise canceling mic, so when I zoom in, you lose my audio. So that is one of my favorite trees in all of Stowe, Vermont. It's always lit. I think it's lit during the summer. We'll find out. We're going to ask Big Red, Sean Kearney, the proprietor of the Stowe Motel and Snowdrift, whether that tree is lit all season long. There's the Snowdrift. There's Bert's pub right over there. And we're going skiing. Carl and Donna Ubering me up to the mountain. I don't want to pay for Sunday parking. All right. It's going to get a little snowy in New England. We'll find out where, coming right up. 11:25 a.m. We had a great morning of skiing. Are you comfy, T-Rex? I just took T-Rex out for a walk. He can sit this out. Look at this map tomorrow night, T-Rex. This is at, well, actually, it's Tuesday morning at about 5 a.m. And I can't tell whether it's snowing harder at Mount Mansfield or harder at Weymouth. Oh, my goodness. That two storms, the two streams, are they going to merge? Oh, boy, it's getting down to the wire for some April snow near Boston. No, T-Rex, I'm going to go by myself right now. I can just sit right down here in this chair and do my out the door weather and more part 2. And I do have a view of the slalom course. Actually, that's Spruce. That's Main Street. We're not allowed to ski Main Street. That's only for the Mount Mansfield Academy. The slalom course is right behind that huge, beautiful arbor vitae. And we're going to sit here and just look at the sky and talk about the weather. And it was a gorgeous morning. I'll probably lay in some highlights of the skiing. There was nobody there. Everyone was at the other side of the race, so we had the gondola to ourselves. Wow. And it wasn't too icy at all. It was perfect corn snow. But you came here for some weather, and boy, is it interesting. Temperatures haven't moved too much today. We have surface analysis shows the warm front never made it north of us. A couple dual cold fronts coming in, and we have action. We have air coming at us from the north and west, and we have air coming at us from the south. And the collision results in more precipitation. So another round of rain is already ongoing in southern New England. So why don't we just cut right to the chase and show the latest NAM that we were just looking at. It's the high res. It goes out to 8 o'clock on Tuesday. And it's tough to believe what it shows, but it's been consistent now for about 4 runs in a row with possible April snow. Here it is this afternoon. Just a couple of specks of snow coming at northern New England with an even colder front that's coming down from the north. And in southern New England, rain showers are ending, so kind of a cool, damp Sunday. Definitely colder than we thought a few days ago. We thought we were going to get into the southerly flow and be near 60, but instead, now we're stuck in the 30s and 40s. And then tonight, here comes a wave coming in from the south, and it looks like snow tries to break out in inland in southern and central New England. And that's one batch that's going by, and it may try and rain and snow a little bit in southern New England tomorrow. And then upper left, that's that Arctic front, and that yet another wave coming up from the south. And I've been talking about the possible phasing, and I got to stop it here, right where we just looked a couple seconds ago at 5 o'clock on Tuesday morning. Is it snowing harder near Boston toward the Cape Cod Canal, or is it snowing harder over Lake Champlain and Mount Mansfield? Well, it's kind of a trick question. It's going to be in the 30s in southeastern New England, but it's going to be in the 20s in northern New England. So we are going to get an accumulating snow in the mountains, and there may be a coating because it's coming in at night on your windshield on Tuesday morning. And now let's keep this going, okay? It's an Arctic front with a heavy batch of snow coming across northern New England and then really stretching out in Maine with even a little bit more snow for southern New England during the day. Then it's just all cold air advection. This stops at 8 o'clock on Tuesday night. And what is that, a 9? I just looked at it, 994 low in eastern Maine. So Maine's getting an appreciable snowstorm, it looks like. And this is also what you'll see on the Euro in a few minutes, where that darker blue and all those black lines are isobars. It's going to be very windy on Tuesday night into early Wednesday. Wednesdays have been our day without too much wind, but I think the wind will start to die down on Wednesday. And now let's just go to the Euro. The Euro, different than the GFS. The GFS has also a snowstorm, well, not a snowstorm, but an accumulating snow for parts of central and southern New England the next 48 hours. But we didn't have a lot of faith in the GFS, but it may be scoring a coup here. But even the Euro, here's that low going to our north, and it's the last of these series of warmer waves coming at us with the rain pushing out. And then it does show tomorrow as the two streams almost try and come together, the northern stream coming out of Canada and the southern stream south of Nantucket. And if we freeze it tomorrow night, and you have dual 997 low pressure systems, counterclockwise circulation around each. The one offshore would have us with wind from the northeast, but the one up over the Champlain Valley would have wind from the west and southwest. So they're kind of negating each other, and there is room for phasing here. The NAM and the GFS are hinting at phasing these two things while the Euro is still separate. Either way, that is dark blue in northern New England. Keep it going. That is moderate to heavy snow for a time in northern Vermont, but then an extended amount of time in the state of Maine going into Wednesday morning. High pressure going off to our south. It means the cold really doesn't hold that much, but it's a very windy and cold winter feel here Wednesday morning before abating Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night. And we may have 2 nights in a row where it does freeze in Boston, where it will not be freezing when that snow falls. But so it's more of a, what do we call it? Poor man's fertilizer when it snows in April. And then here comes another thing. It's always a Thursday, isn't it? Thursday, another buckling in the stream, and it's looking a lot colder than it did 24 hours ago, isn't it? Another low coming right up to the south coast of New England late Friday with a little rain and snow mixed, so that's definitely tending colder. And then it does turn warm enough that that's a kind of a very cold but wet nor'easter here next Friday night into Saturday. And then that kind of slowly pulls out. And an additional cold front coming at us next Monday, very different than how it looked yesterday with warm front. And so there's another reload of cold in Canada. Now this is coming in tax day. This is at Tuesday on April 15th. It shows cold air advection, cold enough for snow. And what happened to that snowstorm that was in Colorado? It's gone. There's a high pressure system in Colorado, and now we are the cold corner of the nation if the Euro has its way. And, well, that means that the Euro one day is forecasting a big warm-up for the middle of next week. And, well, actually, it's 10 days out, so the middle of the April 13, 14 week. And yesterday it showed warm, now it shows cold. So what it says is, I don't know what's going to happen. Who does know what's going to happen? You can't predict the future. It's very hard. It's been a tumultuous week. Off the weather maps. The weather has been off the charts, and so has other stuff in life, and it's getting really taxing. So that's why I try and offer you something to relax by. The Not in a Hurry Sunday. And it looks like, if my eyes don't deceive me, there's some blue sky, and also over the mountain it looks like some precipitation is starting to form. So we may have some snowflakes in our Inmore tomorrow. We might actually be snowing up here, just very localized. I think most of the snow is actually going to miss us to the south tomorrow, but we'll be in it Tuesday also. So thank you, Sean, for hosting me here. I want to come over here and play volleyball. Let's play some volleyball. While there's 4 feet of snow up on the mountain, we've got the grass greening before our very eyes here at the Stowe Motel and Snowdrift. And that's the Snowdrift right over there. And there's Bert's Pub, and there's an 80s party up at the club today, and there's so much going on. Walter's here with Oscar, and there's Oscar at the dog park this morning. And so T-Rex and I are on walkabout, and we're going to make more friends. It was great to meet you this morning, Al. And who else did we meet? Russell and David and Annie. A lot of people. For so few people on the mountain, made a lot more new friends. So our Enmore is going to be both a mix of what was happening this morning and the ride up yesterday. I'm so glad I came. You never regret it when you make the effort to get to a ski lift, and it was so rewarding and so fun this morning. All right, talk to you again in 24 hours. Here's the Enmore blend from yesterday and today. 11:11 a.m. on Saturday. Cozy Coon update. Also, pretty sky waves. Look at that. Right to left. Parallel and perpendicular. Sheer aloft. Why are we not on the road? Got issues. Got issues. One of my dilemmas is who's going to take care of my babies? My baby tomatoes. I can saturate them a little bit now. I know I'm doing this wrong. I got a bunch of them already up in the windowsill. How not to start tomatoes. Yeah, I still have some tomatoes from last year right there, and seeds and all those hot peppers, and so I'll put some of that in there. So the garden has started. Peas and lettuce are in outdoors. 1:50 p.m., much later than we wanted to leave, isn't it, Rex? I think we're going to be in rain most of the way. 47 degrees, Quincy, Massachusetts. Going to a different place this time, Rex. 37 degrees. Just give Rex a little break. Almost there. But now you know where, so it doesn't really matter. This ride has not been fun with all this weather. That's how it goes. And here is my favorite tree when I come up to Stowe. Now, because it's still light, you can't see the lights on it. But this tree is lit year round. Stowe Motel and Snowdrift. Big Red, Sean Kearney, proprietor. He's giving us the bro deal, T-Rex, the bro deal. Oh, it's time to open the pool, don't you think? Funny. Rex, you want to get out? Out the door. Come on. Sugar slalom, it's hard to say, isn't it? That's sweet. Oh, now we've got full coverage. We can ski down to here. 7:37, precipitation has stopped. There's the slalom race course, and there are the young racers. Light breeze. It's pretty nice out. And remember all that snow that was on the ground down here? Can you tell which gear is the race gear? Hundreds of people come from all around to compete. Let's see the fun costumes too. Would help if it was a little warmer, but whatever. Come on, let's go. You can't wait. Eager beavers. And there's the race course. Who would ever want to belong to a club that would have somebody like me as a member? It's kind of sad. One season ends, another begins. The unskating rink is going to become a lawn. A little manual labor first, though. All right, we're going to check this daffodil every day here till Thursday. See how it's doing. Right here at the entrance to the Over Easy. At 8 o'clock, Sunday morning. Looking up Perry Merrill. 2 more weeks of skiing. Great, thanks. My glove dropped. So most of the racers carrying 2 pair of skis. You gotta have a quiver. Getting trained on how to carry skis is part of the deal too, of all ages. Sunday morning at 8:02. This line is outrageous. Who does this? Who gets private cars? Club members only?
Exactly.
Where is everybody? Not icy. Just perfect. Rumors. Go. Terex. He's flying. He's skiing. Careful. Careful, Carl. This is great. Everyone's on the other side. We got Gondolier to ourselves. There goes Russell off into the fog. The only other person skiing, Perry Merrill and Gondolier. It's kind of lonely up here. Not. So it was a tiny bit crunchy and there's a tiny bit of ice, but the groomers are in great shape. Call your drop.
Oh yeah.
Call your drop. Get some air. There goes Al. Yes. Dude.
Okay, this is one of those shitty days in Stowe, Vermont. Carl is ripping it. Oh yeah. Cream cheese. No bagel. What a day. Nobody here, except for the people you want to be here. Look at that. Oh. What the hell? What the hell? Oh my god, I gotta wait forever. Everybody's smiling. What the heck's going on here? Yeah, that's the thing I really don't like. Thank you. Hey, don't go in there.
So I did go into the trees. Went into the trees. They were soft enough and good enough. Al's talking about training mongooses. Big. Look at the and then the golf course is opening up, but we're going to bury it again this week.
All my Connecticut friends were.
Future snow up there. No wind. Just gorgeous.